Technology is just amazing. Let's talk about cell phones, for instance. We started off with simple cell phones, then we got flip phones, then we got smartphones, then we got touchscreens, then we got foldables, and now we're on the cusp of the dual fold or the trifold era. As we know, there are a number of manufacturers out there already looking to make their mark in that era. Talking about Samsung, Honor, and we also want to talk about Tecno. Tecno is the newest entrant into that market with their newest addition, their trifold device called the Phantom Ultimate 2. Now, from the specs and from the looks of it, this phone is actually thinner than the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Yes, this trifold device is thinner than the foldable phones that we have on the market right now. So in this video, I'm going to talk about everything that we know about this Tecno Phantom Ultimate 2. But before we dive deep into all that information, if you are new to this channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, then you landed at the right spot. Please do me a huge favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. All right, let's dive deep into all this information. All right, Tecno unveils innovative trifold smartphone thinner than the Galaxy Z Fold 6. This is an article out of Android Central. Now, before we get into the information, Tecno is not a company that you've probably heard much about. It's not something that I pay much attention to in terms of the company. I'm aware of them. I've seen some of their previous devices. They mostly sell their devices over in China and India. Actually, I think this new phone will probably come out in Ghana as well. So none of their devices are going to probably hit the US anytime soon. But when we get into the area of trifold devices, I am very interested in this area. So anytime I hear about the trifold devices, I definitely want to touch on that topic. So again, talk about Tecno here. Again, a company out of China. So we probably won't see this device here in America. But that all to the side, let's talk about why this is so interesting to me. So first off, this phone is going to come in at just 11 millimeters thick when folded. Yes, when folded. We talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 for reference. It's 12.1 millimeters thick when the two halves are folded together. So a trifold device that is actually slimmer than what you have from the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Pretty stunning with all the camera bumps and everything. This is a pretty stunning spec that we have so far. Let's talk about how they're able to achieve this. To achieve such thinness, Tecno is using a new hinge design that is capable of achieving a thickness of less than 9 millimeters on foldable phones. The company also utilizes the smartphone industry's thinnest battery cover. So the battery cover in this thing is made out of what they call super compressed Titan advanced fiber. So that's how they're able to make this device so thin. So as you can see here in the pictures, this device, when folded, it definitely looks like it is definitely the size of the Z Fold 6 just from looking at it in the pictures. But like I told you already, the measurements there, it is smaller than the Galaxy Z Fold 6 too. So very impressive from this company who makes devices that, you know, we here in the United States probably won't ever get our hands on, but they're a budget friendly company. So if you're in China, India, and in some countries in Africa, you're going to be one of the few that are able to get your hands on that. So when closed, the primary display measures about 6.4 inches. So a little bit right around there with the other device out there. And when it opens up, there's a 10-inch 3K OLED panel with a 4:3 aspect ratio. So that is key right there. Nice aspect ratio. So just think about it as probably like a 10-inch tablet when it's completely unfolded. And Tecno has shown off a couple of different angles here. As you can see the pictures that I'm showing here. It gives you a couple of examples of how you're going to be using this device. So in one example, the Ultimate 2 is shown standing up with 1/3 of the phone folded flat on a table and the user typing on it like a regular laptop keyboard. So you can see here you got one screen folded and two screens are up. So it gives you a good productive environment. So if you want to type on it, type some notes or whatever, this is going to allow you to be a little bit productive on this device here. Another example shows the bottom section folded back in a form that's seemingly meant for viewing media. So if you want to take a look at some pictures, watch a video, watch a movie or whatever, then that will be one of the angles that you will use. A third form also shows the folding like a tent mode, which Tecno says is ideal for scenarios like live dual screen translation. So It looks like there probably will be a feature coming to this device as well, based off of what Techno is saying right here. So that is something that is really key as well. They also have optimized the software to take advantage of this form factor. Of course, so wallpapers and everything will adjust depending on how you have the phone folded or open. Your wallpapers and everything will adjust to that. So you can take full advantage of your multi-panel multitasking. So that is definitely something that is pretty exciting for this company. So Tecno says that both hinges have been tested to support up to 300,000 folds. Now, on your Samsung devices, I believe those are tested for up to 200,000 folds. So they're going up a little bit above what Samsung usually does, and it's going to be able to do 300,000 folds. So in terms of durability, that is another check as well. But again, until people get their hands on it and actually run it through the gamut of tests to see how durable this device is, we don't know for sure. But that is a good sign that they're at least trying to hit that mark and make it a little bit more durable device. But again, this is not a company that you may have heard much about, know much about. Again, their devices are a little bit cheaper when compared to your Samsung's, Google, OnePluses out there. So just for reference here, they also have other devices that they are going to be releasing pretty soon here. We're talking about the Phantom V Fold 2. This is their second foldable phone. This is just a regular fold. And then they also have a Flip 2 as well. Now, they're saying the prices are under $1,000. So the flip phone from them is going to be about $630. So that is 40% less than what we have for the Galaxy Z Flip 6. And the foldable phone from them is going to be roughly, when it's translated to US dollars, is going to be about $1,000. Now, the price they have here is in the SETI from Ghana, GHS 16,550 is equivalent to like $1,000 in USD. So very cheap phone if that was able to come to the United States again, which I don't think that will ever come. But just to give you some idea, very budget, very affordable, very cheap devices here. Again, obviously when you have devices of that nature, you're not going to get top-notch specs and everything. So the original V Fold did not have waterproofing on that phone. It also ran the MediaTek 9000 chip. Now, this phone was released just last year. So again, some of the specs are a little bit lower as you would expect at that price point. Again, the build quality as well, without water proofing as well. So again, just a couple things. That's why they're making cheaper devices. So we'll see what happens when they actually release the trifold device. But like I said, the interesting thing about this is other companies have, put their hat into the arena. Back in 2021 or 2022, Samsung has sold off devices that were going to be trifold, foldable, dual fold devices. This was back at CES. So Samsung is already working on these, but again, we don't know any information about that. Samsung recently did confirm that they are working on a dual fold device, but you can see right here, compared to what we've seen from the Phantom, this is already outdated here. But again, these were just concept a couple of years ago. So I'm going to be pretty keen to see what they've been able to work on since that time frame. So also, we know Huawei has a trifold phone that is coming out as well. Now, this phone is expected to come out in September. I've already covered this in another video and in a live stream that I did as well. So this device has already been spotted out there in the wild. The CEO of Huawei has been already testing the device out there. So that's the device coming. And Xiaomi just recently this week just announced that they have also entered into the trifold race. So no details about that phone just yet. We just got that information from a leaker. But again, the trifold market is heating up very well. Again, this is the next evolution of the foldable devices. We've had the dual screen or single fold devices. Now we're going to get these trifold devices, which we are definitely excited for. I'm definitely looking forward to that when it does come out. Also, one thing of note, this phone is just a concept at this point. Yes, this is only a concept right now. This is what they're thinking of doing. It's just a prototype. So right now, there are no hard plans on actually releasing this phone. I do think that they probably will, but as of right now, it's just that. It is just a concept device. So hopefully in the next year or two, we will probably get more information about this device and when it will actually come to market. Because one another cool thing about this is, at least from the concept, the bezels on this thing are very, very thin. You can take a look at the pictures here. Very thin compared to what we've seen out there in the market right now for a device of this type. So hopefully, again, in the next couple of years that we will actually see this device come to market, but we'll see. So let me know what you guys think about that down below. Do you think this Techno is something that you would be really interested in if we were able to get it in the United States? Also, in general, what do you think about a trifold device? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's overkill? Or are you actually excited about that? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Once again, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're new to this channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, then you are at the right spot. Please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button as well. Also, chances are if you enjoy this type of content, you have friends or family that enjoy this type of content as well. So please make sure you share this with them. If you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news, head over to soundsnerdy.com where I curate and aggregate tech news from around the web, covering Apple, Samsung, Google, Android, computing, and even more general tech news, all at the website soundsnerdy.com. And for even more tech news in video form, check out one of these two videos right here. And until next video, guys, stay nerdy.